Hi, Virgo. Welcome back to Moonveil Tarot. And if you're new here, hello and welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I am going to be real with you for a second before I even start because I owe you that. I was not supposed to do a reading today. I had the whole day planned. I was going to take a break, catch up on some stuff, just not be in front of the cards for one day. And then this morning, I woke up and there was just this feeling like a hand on my shoulder saying, you need to record. And I tried to ignore it. I really did. I made coffee. I scrolled my phone. I tried to start something else. And the feeling just got louder and louder until finally I sat down, picked up the deck, and just said, okay, who am I doing this for? Okay, I am doing this reading completely differently today. I am pulling 7 cards, not 5, not 6, 7, and each one has a name. Each one is in a specific position, and I want you to think of them like checkpoints on a 30-day path. Each card represents something that is going to happen or shift or arrive within that window. So the structure goes checkpoint 1, what is closing, checkpoint 2, what is opening, checkpoint 3, the messenger card, checkpoint 4, the moment of recognition, checkpoint 5, the shift you will feel in your body, checkpoint 6, what nobody can stop, and checkpoint 7, where you stand on day 30. Let's go. Checkpoint 1. What is closing? The thing that has to end before everything else can begin. The 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups. And listen, this card is so meaningful in this position because the 8 of Cups is the walking away card, but it is not the dramatic walking away. It is the quiet kind, the kind where you do not announce it. You do not make a scene. You just turn and start moving in a different direction. And what this card is telling me is that something in your life is finishing within these 30 days. Something you have already started to outgrow. Something you have been mentally walking away from for a while is becoming officially closed. And what is so interesting about the 8 of Cups is the number 8 is the number of infinity turned on its side, right? So what this card is symbolically saying is that what is ending is not gone. It is being released into the infinite. The energy of it is being transformed, not destroyed. And the part of you that was tied to this thing gets to take everything you learned from it and walk forward. Lighter. Now, I want you to think about your life right now. Is there something, a situation, a way of thinking, a chapter that you can already feel is on its way out? You might not have done anything about it yet, but you can feel it losing its grip on you. That is the 8 of Cups energy. And within 30 days, it completes its exit from your life. Checkpoint 2, what is opening? The new energy entering as the old one leaves. The Ace of Pentacles. Oh my God. Okay, the Ace of Pentacles right after the 8 of Cups is so precise because the Ace of Pentacles is a brand new beginning, but specifically in the material world, in your physical, tangible, real life circumstances. Like, this is not just feelings. This is not just spiritual stuff. This is something concrete entering your life within 30 days, something you can touch, something you can hold, something that produces results in your actual day-to-day. And the Ace of Pentacles often shows up as a financial opportunity, a new job, a contract, a piece of property, a chance to build something, a resource you did not have before suddenly becoming available, but it can also be something more personal, like a new home, a fresh start in a new city, a stable foundation under something you have been trying to build for a while. And here is what gets me. Aces in tarot are seeds, but the Ace of Pentacles is a seed that already has soil prepared for it. Like, the universe is not just handing you a possibility, It is handing you a possibility in a moment when you are actually positioned to grow it, which is the whole reason that the Eight of Cups had to happen first. You had to walk away from what was draining you before your hands were open to receive what was coming. Checkpoint 3, the messenger card. Who or what delivers the news that changes everything? The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. And I love this card in this position because the Knight of Cups is the messenger who delivers from the heart. Like, this is not a Knight of Swords who delivers cold facts. This is not a Knight of Wands who delivers passion and action. This is the Knight of Cups who delivers something emotional, something that has feeling attached to it, something that lands in your chest before your brain has time to process it. And what this card is telling me is that within these 30 days, there is going to be a delivery of news, of information, of an offering, of an invitation, and it is going to come wrapped in feeling. The person delivering it or the way it arrives is going to make you feel seen specifically. Like, this is not generic good news. This is news that has your name on it, news that responds to something deeply personal, news that arrives in a way that lets you know the universe was paying attention all along. And the Knight of Cups, when he arrives, he does not knock once and leave. He stays, he sees the impact of what he delivered, he holds space for your reaction, which means whatever this message is, you are going to have time to receive it, sit with it, and respond to it from a real place. Checkpoint 4, the moment of recognition. The moment you realize something has shifted in your life. The Star. Oh, the Star. And listen, I need to tell you something about this card because the Star is card number 17 in the major arcana, and 17 reduces to 8, 1 plus 7, and 8 is the number of infinite abundance, of cycles that keep returning, of what was taken being restored. And the Star in this position is telling me that within these 30 days, you are going to have a moment of pure clarity where everything you have been waiting for suddenly makes sense. All the dots connect in one quiet, beautiful instant. And what makes the Star so significant in a reading like this is that the Star always comes after the Tower in the major arcana sequence. Like, the Tower is the breaking, the collapse, the thing that destroys what was not stable. And the Star is what shows up after, saying, you survived, you are still here. And now here is the hope, here is the light, here is the guidance forward. And a lot of you have already had your Tower. You have already been through the collapse of something that needed to fall. And the Star is what is coming next. And there is going to be a specific moment within these 30 days where you feel the Star arrive. Like, maybe you are standing somewhere ordinary, doing something completely normal, and suddenly this wave of, oh, is going to wash over you. This feeling of, I am exactly where I am supposed to be. I am being guided. Something good is happening. And that moment of inner recognition is the Star making her arrival official. Checkpoint 5, the shift you will feel in your body, because this thing that is coming has a physical signature, and I want you to know what to look for. The Four of Swords. The Four of Swords. And this is so specific for the body shift card because the Four of Swords is the rest card, the let your shoulders drop card, the finally exhaling card. And what this card is telling me is that the way you will physically know that something has shifted is that your body is going to stop carrying weight, that it has been holding for a long time. And I want you to think about this because most of us do not realize how much tension we carry until it leaves. Like you have probably been walking around with this low-grade clench in your shoulders, this slight tightness in your chest, this thing in your stomach that contracts when you think about whatever you have been worried about, and you have gotten so used to it that you have stopped noticing it is even there. But within these 30 days, there is going to be a morning where you wake up and the weight is gone. Like you might not even register it at first. You might just feel a little different, a little lighter, a little less braced for impact. And then somewhere in your day, you are going to notice, oh, my shoulders are down. Oh, I am breathing all the way to the bottom of my lungs. Oh, my jaw is not clenched. And that is the Four of Swords moment, the moment your body officially relaxes because the thing it was bracing against is no longer there. Checkpoint 6, what nobody can stop because the title said it. What is coming cannot be stopped. And I want to see exactly what that means. The Chariot. Oh, the Chariot in the cannot be stopped position is honestly perfect because the Chariot is the card of forward movement that cannot be reversed. Like the Chariot is being pulled by two sphinxes, traditionally one black and one white, which represent opposing forces. And the figure driving the chariot has them both under control, moving in the same direction. And what this card means in this position is that whatever is coming for you in these 30 days has the universe's full momentum behind it. And the chariot is the 7th card in the major arcana. 7 is the number of divine alignment, of spiritual truth, of things that cannot be deviated from without the whole pattern collapsing, which is the universe's way of telling you this is not something that depends on your action. This is not something you can mess up. This is not something that requires perfect timing on your part. The chariot is already moving toward you. The wheels are turning, and what is on it is yours. And there is something really powerful about cards that show up in unstoppable positions because they put your nervous system in a different relationship with hope. Like when you do not know if something is going to happen, you spend a lot of energy managing that uncertainty. But when the universe sends a card like this, in a position like this, you get to relax. You get to stop trying to control. You get to just receive what is already coming. And finally, checkpoint 7, where you stand on day 30, the final outcome, the destination of this whole 30-day journey. The world, and I cannot, because the world card is the final card in the major arcana, card number 21, which reduces to 3, 2 plus 1, and 3 is the number of creation, of something coming into form, of expression made manifest. And the world card in the final outcome position is the universe saying, you are not just going to make it through these 30 days. You are going to arrive at the end of them standing in the world card, which is the most complete, most fulfilled, most arrived position in the entire tarot deck. And the world is the card of cycles completing, of journeys finishing, of chapters that began sometimes years ago, finally finding their conclusion in the most beautiful possible way. Like, if you have been carrying something for a long time, working toward something for a long time, hoping for something for a long time, the world is the universe saying you are about to put it down, not because you gave up, but because you finally arrived. And what is so beautiful about the world card is the imagery. There is a figure dancing in the center inside a wreath, surrounded by 4 creatures representing the 4 elements, which means when the world card lands, every part of your life supports it, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, all 4 levels are in alignment with where you are. And that level of alignment is what allows you to dance in the middle of your own life without holding on to anything for support. Okay, now I want to pull just one card for something specific, and I am going to pull it from a different deck because I want a different angle. This card is for the specific way this 30-day window starts. Like, what is the very first sign that the window has opened? What do I tell you to watch for? Just one card from the playing cards. For the very first sign, the Ace of Diamonds, the Ace of Diamonds, which in playing card readings is the arrival of unexpected good news through the material plane. Specifically, like this card is showing me that the first sign of the 30-day window opening is going to be something arriving, a message, a letter, an email, a phone call, something concrete, something written down, something that has weight to it. And when you see it, you are going to know this is the start. This is the thing the cards were talking about. And the Ace of Diamonds is so specifically about the material world, which connects back to the Ace of Pentacles we pulled earlier for the new opening. Like, these two cards are talking to each other, reinforcing each other, saying there is something tangible coming, something with value, something you can hold in your hand. And the first sign of it is going to be something arriving in a way that catches your attention. Okay, now let me look at you, because we have been talking about what is coming, but I want to understand where you are right now. What is your energy bringing into this 30-day window? Because the cards are not arriving in a vacuum. They are landing on the version of you that exists today. 3 cards for who you are in this moment. The High Priestess, Strength, and the Empress. Oh, the High Priestess, Strength, and the Empress. All major arcana, all feminine power cards. For who you are right now, this is incredible. Let me break this down. The High Priestess first, which is the deep knowing card, the intuition card, the card of someone who has been quietly receiving guidance for a while. And what this card is telling me is that you have been operating on a much higher frequency than you have been giving yourself credit for. Like, you know things, you have known things, you have had hunches that turned out to be right. You have had feelings that turned out to be accurate. And even when nobody around you was confirming what you sensed, you kept sensing it. And that quiet, persistent inner knowing is the High Priestess saying, yes, you have been right. And then Strength, which is so different from how people usually picture strength, because strength in the tarot is not muscle, it is not force. It is a woman gently holding open the mouth of a lion without fear, without aggression, just quietly, completely in command. And what this card is telling me is that you have developed a kind of inner steadiness that does not break. Like, you have been through things, real things, and you have not been hardened by them. You have been softened in the most powerful way, which is the rarest kind of strength there is. And then the Empress, the full goddess card, the abundant, creative, life-giving card. And what the Empress is telling me about who you are right now is that you are radiating. Like, you might not feel like you are radiating. Some days you might feel ordinary. Some days you might feel tired, but the energy you are carrying is Empress level. And that is exactly the energy that the World card outcome needs to land properly. Okay, let me pull 6 tea leaf cards now, because I want to be as specific as possible about what to expect within these 30 days. First tea leaf card, A calendar with one date glowing. A calendar with one date glowing. And this image is so specific because it is telling me that within these 30 days, there is one specific day that is going to be different from all the others. Not a vague window, not a general time frame. One day that the universe has marked. And what is going to happen on that day is going to feel different when you wake up, like you might not know in advance that the date is significant, but you are going to wake up on that day with this quiet feeling of something is going to happen today and you should pay attention. Next tea leaf card, a hand reaching down from above. A hand reaching down from above. And this image is the divine intervention image because in tea leaf readings, a hand from above always represents a higher force reaching into your life specifically. And what this card is telling me is that what is coming is not happening because you finally figured out the right thing to do. It is happening because something bigger than you decided it was time, and that hand from above is exactly why the Chariot card said, this cannot be stopped, because the source of the movement is not human. It is divine. Next tea leaf card, a key falling into your palm. A key falling into your palm, not a key you are searching for, not a key you are reaching out to take, a key that just falls into your hand. And what this image is telling me is that something within these 30 days is going to give you access to something you have been trying to reach, but have not been able to until now. Like a door that has been closed becomes openable, not because you broke it down, not because you finally found the right approach, but because the key just arrives. Next tea leaf card, a wave that does not crash but lifts. A wave that does not crash but lifts. And this image is so beautiful because waves usually crash. Right? That is what they do. But this particular wave does not crash. It lifts, meaning what is coming for you does not bring impact in a destructive way. It brings impact in a way that raises you, elevates you, takes you somewhere higher than you were standing. Like sometimes good things in life feel destabilizing even when they are good, but this is the kind of good that picks you up gently and places you on a higher level. Next tea leaf card, tears that are not sad. Tears that are not sad. And I want to talk about this image because it is so specific. There is a kind of crying that happens when something good lands, when you finally release something you have been holding, when you realize you were heard, when you understand you were not forgotten. And what this tea leaf card is saying is that within these 30 days, there is going to be a moment where you cry. And the tears are not pain tears, they are release tears, relief tears, the kind that come when something you have been holding very tightly finally gets to be set down and your body does not know how to process that, except by leaking water from the place where the holding used to live. And the final tea leaf card, a sunrise on day 31. A sunrise on day 31. And I want to sit with this because this final tea leaf card is so layered. Like the whole reading has been about a 30-day window, right? But this card is showing me day 31, the day after, which means the 30 days are not the destination. The 30 days are the bridge. And what you arrive at on the other side is a sunrise, a new day, a completely fresh chapter that starts with you in the world card, watching the sun come up on a version of your life that did not exist 30 days earlier. Okay, final messages from your guides, and I am pulling 7 of them today because we used 7 checkpoints, and 7 is the number of divine alignment. and the guides really wanted to come through. You were brought here on purpose. You were brought here on purpose. And your guides wanted this to be the very first message because they want you to know that everything I felt this morning, the hand on my shoulder, the feeling that I needed to record, the not being able to ignore it, was them working on both ends of this connection. Like they pushed me to record and they pulled you toward this video. And the meeting in the middle is not random, it is designed. And the fact that you are here watching this is the first confirmation that the 30-day window is already active. Next, final card. Stop trying to figure out how. Stop trying to figure out how. And your guides said what they said, because here is what is going to happen when you finish watching this video. Your brain is going to start trying to figure out, how is this going to happen? Where is the message going to come from? Who is the messenger? What is the key? Who sends the wave? And your guides are saying, stop. You do not need to figure out the how. The how is being handled by people and circumstances you cannot even see yet. Your job is to receive, not to engineer. Next final card. You have been faithful in the dark. You have been faithful in the dark. And this is such an honoring message because faithful in the dark is so different from faithful in the light. Faithful in the light is easy when you can see the results, when the evidence is everywhere, when you have reasons to believe. But faithful in the dark is when you kept showing up, when there was no evidence, when you had no reason to believe except for that quiet voice inside you that said, keep going. And your guides are saying they saw you in the dark. They saw every moment you almost gave up and did not. And what is coming in 30 days is the reward for all of that quiet faithfulness. Next, final card. The answer to a prayer you almost forgot you prayed. The answer to a prayer you almost forgot you prayed. And I had to read that twice because it is so specific. Like there is a prayer you said maybe years ago, maybe in a moment of desperation, maybe in a quiet moment alone, and you have stopped praying that specific prayer, not because you stopped wanting it, but because you did not think it was going to be answered, and you adjusted, you adapted, you tried to make peace with not having it, and your guides are saying that prayer was heard and the answer is coming within these 30 days. Next, final card. This is the soft landing you earned. This is the soft landing you earned. And I love this language because earned is such a specific word. You earned this, like, this is not luck. This is not coincidence. This is not just being in the right place at the right time. You did something to deserve this over a long period of time. And the something was not flashy. It was not visible. It was the quiet hard work of becoming yourself in a world that often makes that difficult. You kept becoming, you kept growing, you kept choosing the harder right thing over the easier wrong thing. And your guides are saying you earned the soft landing that is coming. Next, final card. Do not waste these 30 days bracing for disappointment. Do not waste these 30 days bracing for disappointment. And your guides really wanted this message in here because they know how this works. Like when something good is coming, our brains often try to protect us by preparing us for the possibility that it might not. And that bracing takes energy, takes joy, takes presence away from the receiving. And your guides are saying, please do not do that this time. The cards are not asking you to be naive. They are asking you to be present, to be open, to not flinch before the gift arrives. And the very last card, God did not bring you this far to leave you here. God did not bring you this far to leave you here. And I want to close this whole reading on this because it is the most reassuring thing your guides could possibly say. Like, if you have ever wondered, why have I gone through all of this just to end up stuck? This final message is the universe answering, no, 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 God did not bring you this far just to leave you here. Everything you have been through, every door that closed, every plan that did not work out, every loss, every disappointment, every dark night was preparing you for this exact moment, for this exact 30-day window, for this exact arrival. You are not stuck. You are on the threshold. So to wrap this whole thing up, because this reading delivered today, God told me to find you today because what is coming for you in the next 30 days cannot be stopped. And the cards confirmed every word of that title. The Eight of Cups is closing what needs to close. The Ace of Pentacles is opening something new and material. The Knight of Cups is delivering the message. The Star is the moment of recognition. The Four of Swords is your body finally exhaling. The Chariot is the unstoppable forward momentum. And the World is where you arrive when day 30 becomes day 31. And the tea leaves filled in the rest. A specific date is marked, a hand from above is reaching, a key is going to land in your palm, a wave is going to lift you, tears that are not sad are coming, and a sunrise on the other side is waiting. You were brought here on purpose. You have been faithful in the dark, and God did not bring you this far to leave you here. So stop trying to figure out the how. Do not brace for disappointment. Just open your hands and let the next 30 days do what they were sent here to do. Thank you for letting me be the one to bring you this message today. I really do feel like the reason I could not skip this reading is because someone watching this really needed it. And if that someone is you, please know this was for you, specifically, every word of it. If this resonated, bestie, please give this video a thumbs up. It genuinely helps Moonveil Tarot grow, and it helps these messages reach more people who need them. Drop a comment and tell me what part hit the hardest. I always love hearing from you, and if you are not subscribed yet, please subscribe and turn on that notification bell because we are just getting started here. Take really good care of yourself. Mark the date you watched this because in 30 days, you are going to want to look back and see how much has changed. And I will see you in the next reading. Bye, loves.